Soon, with a roll of the die, you will begin the adventure of a lifetime. Let the magic of COLORSCAN take you through the first of a series of daunting doorways. Pass bravely through, for behind each door is a fabulous prize of treasure. Thrill to a celebrity-studded selection of Hollywood's golden moments as you ransom, bid, and bribe your way to possession of precious metals, sparkling jewelry, rare works of art, and deeds to lavish and extravagant properties. Beware, however, the always present danger of having to pay the penalty for wealth and success. What you win, you can also lose. Before you prepare to undertake the ultimate adventure, check with the enclosed instructions and make sure you know the rules of the game. Now, may good fortune attend you as you enter the doorways to adventure. Through this door is the bronze shield of Hercules. Obtained from a celebrated collector of vintage chariot parts, this treasure offers priceless protection for its lucky owner. You must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this precious metal. I hope you have the necessary ransom to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will keep the lions at bay. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined. Through this door, all roads lead to this legendary Roman hotel with its 200 rooms and adjoining bath. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this deed to property. I hope you have the necessary ransom to go on. If not, a cash bribe of $5,000 will speed you on your way. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Shoot through this door, where you'll be dumbstruck by the awesome power of this simple silver badge, which bestows on its lucky owner the remarkable ability to slow down his targets for greater accuracy. Meanwhile, y'all for this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this relatively valuable precious metal badge. Sure would make me pleased to know you have the necessary ransom to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will send you off faster than a speeding bullet. Now, reveal your bids and pause the tape while you think about your next move. Through this door is the answer to all your real estate needs. Tired of your ramshackle hut? Then move on up to Lincoln Towers, Washington, D.C.'s newest condominium complex. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this deed to property. I hope you have the necessary ransom to keep going. If not, a cash bribe of $5,000 will fool most of the people for long enough. Now, reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Pass through this door and find the ultimate in gold lame. Your friends will turn green with envy. Make no mistake, this solid gold jumpsuit with matching pumps is the real thing. Just offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this precious metal. I'm sure you have the required ransom to continue. If not, a cash bribe of $6,000 will guide you out of this metropolis. So don't just stand there. Reveal your bids and pause the tape before you make your break for freedom.
You're not going to like this. Players who have more than 7 cards must reduce them to 7. Oh, and pay $2,000 for each one over.
Pass through this door and find this painting of the last 3 successful managers of the Cleveland Indians, the tribe that founded the Little League of Nations. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this rare and valuable art object. If you didn't have the ransom you needed to proceed, a cash bribe of $4,000 will brighten up your prospects. Now, reveal your bids and pause the tape before you make your next move.
I just love diamonds.
That's a diamond. That's thrown away. No, that's a real diamond. That's a real diamond. That's what I've been looking for.
You could find diamonds too. Just offer this ransom to stay on the treasure trail. Bid now for this jewelry.
I just bet you have the required ransom to continue your search. But if not, a cash bribe of $2,000 may prove to be your best friend.
Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you hit the treasure trail again. Pass through this door and find the treasure of your choice, be it precious metal, a deed to property, an art object, or jewelry. Just remember that the eyes of the IRS will be on you. Offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for the treasure of your dreams. I'm quite sure you had the ransom demanded of you, but if you didn't, a cash bribe of $2,000 will get you out of this predicament.
I prefer to use my brain.
Just reveal your bids and pause the tape while you plan your next move.
You have entered the salon where Henri Beaucoup is just putting the finishing touches on his latest masterpiece entitled My Latest Masterpiece. But messieurs, mesdames, you must offer this ransom to continue on your journey. Bid now for this magnificent art object. What did you say? You didn't have the necessary ransom? Then a cash bribe of $6,000 will help you paint a rosy picture. Allez, allez, reveal your bids and pause the tape while the outcome is decided.
Right through this door to a cowboy's dream. Own your own dude ranch, if you can rustle up the highest bid. Don't say nay to this surefire opportunity. Just offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now, partner, for this deed to property. Did you have the necessary ransom? Cause if not, a cash bribe of $4,000 will trigger this deal and let you ride off into the sunset. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while you figure out which road to hoe.
As you pass through this door, you find Julius Caesar's solid gold bulletproof vest. If only it had been knife-proof too. But don't horse around now. Offer this ransom to stay in the race. Bid now for this precious metal. Could you come up with the necessary ransom to proceed? If not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will help keep this crowd excited. Reveal your bids and pause the tape until the race can continue.
On the other side of this door, you find King Kong's diamond tie tack. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Uh-oh, Buster. I think he wants it back. Bid now for this hazardous piece of jewelry. Did you have the required ransom? If not, a cash bribe of $2,000 will buy an awful lot of bananas. Now, reveal your bids and pause the tape because you really don't want to see what happens next.
Through this door is, well, we'll let the artist tell you all about it.
This here one is sheep. I guess it's pretty silly putting all your saddles on them.
You must offer this ransom to continue the adventure.
Newborn calf. Poor little critter died last year. It's the only picture we have of her.
Bid now for these captivating art objects. I hope you came up with the correct ransom to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will abstract you from this situation.
And this last one here I think is just about my best. When day is done.
Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you go on. Beyond this door is the Star of Rhodesia. All those who possess it come to a sudden and violent death. Why not buy it for a friend? First, you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this jewel with a jinx. Perhaps you had the required ransom to go on, but if not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will ensure your escape from this dark continent. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while your future, if you have one, is determined. Well, what have we here? The player with the most deeds to property must return 2. But if there's a tie, there's no penalty. Through this door, you'll find one of the earliest examples of mobile homes. With a 1-horsepower engine and sleeping accommodation for 200, this model is easily transportable. Simply offer this ransom and keep moving. Bid now for this deed to property. I hope you had the ransom demanded of you. If not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will oil the wheels of your progress. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your destiny is determined. Pass pass through this door and find the latest in home security systems. Now the Bronze Busters can be yours. You'll sleep soundly knowing your family is well protected by these cleverly devised protectors made of pure bronze. But you must offer this ransom to continue your quest. Bid now for these precious metal objects. If you didn't have the ransom you needed, you must offer a cash bribe of $4,000 to avoid a further explosive confrontation with our boys in bronze. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you prepare for the next move.
This door admits you to a splendid property which can be modified to incorporate a personalized entranceway, making it centrally air-conditioned year-round. But you should offer this ransom to ensure smooth progress. Bid now for the deed to this property. In the unlikely event that you didn't possess the ransom demanded, pay a cash bribe of $5,000 and leap into another adventure. First, reveal your bids and pause the tape while you contemplate your next move.
Through this door is a very collectible art object, created in an after-school crafts program by a child prodigy. See if you have this ransom so you can continue the adventure. The artist, seen here unveiling his creation, wishes to remain anonymous. Oh, is it any wonder? Anyway, get in on the ground floor and bid now for this art object. I'm sure you had the necessary ransom, but if you didn't, a cash bribe of $3,000 will enable this talented artist to buy more materials and work in Peru. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while you make arrangements. You probably don't want to hear this, but players who received any treasures in the last adventure may not bid for any this time around. Through this door is...
Looks like real gold. And everything about you looks real.
Flattery won't help you avoid this ransom, which you must offer if you want to quick step into the next adventure. Bid now, if you're allowed to, for this real precious metal. I am sure you could offer the ransom needed, but if not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will make sure you keep in step. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape until you're ready to proceed. Open this door onto a prime and distinctive Malibu beachfront property. It'll take more than 5 easy pieces to win this treasure, and you'll need to offer this ransom just to try. Bid now for the deed to this shining architectural gem. I sure hope you had the required ransom, but don't be afraid if you didn't. A cash bribe of $6,000 will give you an easy ride into your next adventure. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you deal with some unfinished business. Stride through this door and take your pick from precious metals, jewelry, deeds to property and art objects. The choice is yours and it's worth fighting for.
Out swords. I'm to work with all.
Cyrano's second most prominent feature was the cut of his clothes, and this is the ransom you must offer to be allowed to battle on. Don't let anyone nose you out of the opportunity to obtain the treasure you most desire. Bid for it now. Unless you possess the ransom demanded, you must offer a cash bribe of $6,000. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined. Through this door is a priceless diamond ring. But first you must offer this ransom to help you along the way.
No, it's for some fat old woman.
Let me have it, Biffy. Sometime I'll get that.
Then you must give your fingers first.
All right.
Bid now for this sparkling jewelry. Unless you had the ransom, you'll need a cash bribe of $3,000 to speed you on your way. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you decide the next move. Through this door is the golden arrow of Don Del Oro. Striking, isn't it? Offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Looks like you're going to have to fight off other collectors intent on this prize. So bid now for this precious metal arrow, sure to make its owner quiver with pride. Be ready with a cash bribe of $7,000 if you didn't have the necessary ransom to proceed. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you come to a sticky end.
You have a car of your own, of course, Mr. Lang. Yes.
If your answer is also yes, consider this one-of-a-kind art object. Before I tell you what it is, see if you have this ransom. On offer is an authentic Irish leprechaun, dipped in bronze to create a hood ornament for the car of the person who has everything. So bid now for this never-to-be-repeated art object. If you didn't have the ransom, offer a cash bribe of $4,000 and perhaps the little fellow will take you to the end of the rainbow. Reveal your bids and pause the tape to find out your fortune.
Beyond this door are 1,000,000 gold coins. Count 'em.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1,000,000.
Throw 'em. Slide down them. Meanwhile, you'll need this ransom to proceed with your treasure hunt. Bathe in them or eat them yourself. Now bid for these precious metal coins. Most likely you had the requested ransom, but if not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will dig you out of a hole. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you see how things pan out.
Tough luck. Players who have more than 9 cards must reduce them to 9 and pay $4,000 for each card over. Through this door you enter the Yaki Health and Fitness Club for men, where the director recommends that one of the members wear a jogging suit exactly like his own.
No, no, no!
On hand are helpful towel boys to assist the client, and it would assist you if you had this ransom to offer. Bid now for this deed to property. I hope you have the necessary ransom to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $5,000 will keep you out of hot water. So now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you prepare to continue your journey. Through this door is a man with a nose for fine jewelry, though you may find his cooking to be in somewhat poor taste. Offer this ransom unless you want to be served up as an appetizer to the main course. Bid now for this interesting jewellery. I hope you had the necessary ransom to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $4,000 will add just enough spice to the situation. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape until you're ready to go on. Step through this door for a valuable bronze mask, which can be yours if you can figure out how to slide it off over this fellow's ears. But seriously, folks, offer this ransom before you continue the adventure. Bid now for this precious metal mask. Did you have the necessary ransom? Because if not, a cash bribe of $6,000 will help you save face. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you fight it out. Beyond this door is Sherwood Forest, a choice piece of property. Don't delay, bid today, before Robin Hood insists on giving it back to the poor. But no matter what, you must offer this ransom before you proceed. If you don't want to be wide of the mark, pursue this deal and bid for the deed to Sherwood Forest. A cash bribe of 3,000 Lincoln greenbacks will do the trick if you didn't have the required ransom. So reveal your bids and pause the tape before embarking on another merry adventure. Have I got some bad news for you? The player with the most art objects must return one. But if there's a tie, then you can ignore this penalty. Beyond this door, inside a locked drawer, is a novel ID bracelet people on their toes are simply dying to acquire. Dying to acquire on their toes. But you should have this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this macabre piece of jewellery. If you didn't have the required ransom, I'm sure your estate can afford a bribe of $4,000. Reveal your bids and pause the tape before you continue.
Through this door is Vesuvingdale's bargain basement sale of precious metals. Shop with only the occasional interruption. Just remember that you must offer this ransom to continue your spree. Bid now for these precious metals. I hope you had the ransom you needed. If not, a bribe of $2,000 will be enough cash for you to carry on. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you settle up.
Through this door is another door. Who's there?
Deed to...
Deed to who?
Deed to property. But you have to offer this ransom if you want to go on.
Oh, make yourself comfortable. Bid now for the deed to this property. I'm confident you had the necessary ransom to proceed, but just in case you didn't, pay a cash bribe of $6,000 and at least get an armchair you can sit comfortably in. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you continue the quest. Beyond this door is breathtaking art, well worth thinking seriously about. But first, think about the ransom you'll need before your journey continues. Bid now for these lifelike art objects. I hope you had the ransom you needed, otherwise pay up a bribe of $6,000 while you've got the cash, because remember, if you break it, you pay for it. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you pull yourself together. This one means big trouble. The player with the greatest number of treasure cards loses 3 to the player with the least. But each choice must be different. And if there's a tie, forget it. Through this door lies a truly luxurious high-rise condominium. In the fully equipped kitchen, a skilled staff helps make every meal a crowning achievement. But in your excitement, don't forget about the ransom you must offer to proceed. Proximity to easy transportation will encourage your friends to drop into your new condo, part of a really swinging community in the trees. Bid now for the deed to this rustic property. Did you have the ransom? If not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will be fine. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you make a complete monkey out of yourself. Pass through this door and find a dazzling silver timepiece. Its luster is guaranteed never to fade, so you can spend the time polishing your other treasures. But you must offer this ransom if you want to seek treasures as yet unseen. Bid now for this precious metal pocket watch with its original inscription, "To Phineas T. Bluster from Flubadub and Clarabelle." Perhaps you couldn't come up with the ransom. Well, never mind. A cash bribe of $4,000 would be a timely inducement. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Look through this door and...
Suddenly, glowing in the light of an oil lamp, was a mountain of jewels and gold. Yippee!
And all that jewelry could be yours. First, though, you'd better worry about the ransom. Bid now for Aladdin's fabulous jewelry. I hope you have the ransom you need to continue your journey, because a cash bribe of $7,000 could really rub you the wrong way. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
This door will lead you to whichever treasure you choose, but you must take the whip hand to win it. First, see if you have this ransom to offer. Bid now for the treasure of your dreams. I expect you have the ransom demanded. If not, a bribe of $5,000 will help you make your wishes come true. If you have enough cash in the kitty, that is. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
This door leads to a profitable encounter. Transform your home by giving it more space than you dreamed possible. But you must offer this ransom to proceed.
We can't get any closer. It's quite hot.
And when you're hot, you're hot. Everybody wants one, so bid now for this deed to property. Now don't worry if you didn't have the ransom. A cash bribe of $4,000 will push all the right buttons. So reveal your bids and pause the tape while you settle some outstanding business. time to lighten your load, players with more than 10 cards must reduce to 10 and pay $5,000 for each one over.
Go on, throw it.
You can't miss if you bid for this solid silver javelin produced under license from the creators of the Olympic Games. But you must offer this ransom first. Bid now for this precious metal javelin. If you had no ransom to offer, a cash bribe of $5,000 will protect you from a fatal dose of razor burn. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while you arm yourself for the next stage of your journey.
A step through this door brings you an opportunity to bid for a self-portrait of 2 of the 3 faces of Eve. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this unusual art object. I'm sure you had the required ransom, but if not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will spirit you away. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your future is decided.
Through this door is like...
Mother's jewelry.
And like, oh wow, you could be first in line for this totally awesome inheritance if you have the necessary ransom and the highest bid. Oh wow. Okay, like bid now for the family jewels. If you didn't have the required ransom, then just like really dig into your pocket to the max for a cash bribe of $5,000. Oh, gag me. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you like decide totally on your next move. Oh, wow!
Descend through this door into Mexico's finest restaurant. Sun and salsa make this one hot property. But there's this ransom to pay before you continue the adventure. Bid now for the deed to this 4-star property and treat yourself to the finest in al fresco dining. Oh, and here comes Al now. I hope you had the necessary ransom to proceed, but if not, a bribe of $6,000 will make you the big enchilada. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape until you're ready to continue. Someone's not gonna like this. The player with the greatest number of treasure cards loses 2 to the player with the least, who may choose his treasures. If there are any ties, there's no penalty. Beyond this door is an impressive array of silver medals awarded for conspicuous valor at the dining table. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for these precious metal medals. I'm quite certain you have the ransom you need to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $2,000 might take the edge off your appetite. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Through this door is a famous architect-designed treehouse. Well now, honey, it's not that famous. But first, offer this ransom to stay on the treasure trail. Bid now for the deed to this ground-level property. I hope you have the ransom that was demanded, because if not, you will need a cash bribe of $2,000 before you continue the adventure. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you transact a little business.
pass through this door and choose any treasure you desire. I'm sure it will be something charming, but you must first offer this ransom to be allowed to continue the adventure. Bid now for the treasures of your choice. I feel sure that you had the necessary ransom to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $5,000 will help you to live happily ever after. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your destiny is determined.
Uh-oh, the player with the most jewelry must return one, unless there's a tie.
Through this door is what every well-dressed king and queen are wearing this year. A jeweled combination crown toupee for him, and something a little more understated for her. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this regal jewelry. I hope you have the necessary ransom to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $3,000 will speed you on your way. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while the next move is determined. Pirouette through this door and find the silver candelabrum of a world-renowned maestro of the keyboard, playing Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. But you must offer this ransom to go on with your journey. Bid now for this precious metal candelabrum. You probably had the required ransom to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $4,000 will clear the smoke. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape until you're ready to proceed.
Through this door is a discreet set of pearl earrings which will inflame the envy of all who see them. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this discreet jewelry. I hope you had the ransom you needed to go on. If not, a cash bribe of $6,000 will speak volumes. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you endure the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Hey, I really hate to tell you this, but players who receive treasures in the last adventure must return them. Through this door is...
A beautiful job, if I may say so.
You'll be sure to have it at the undertaker's in time.
Because before you do anything else, you have to offer this ransom to proceed. Bid now for this unusual art object. I hope you had the ransom, but if not, a cash bribe of $5,000 will get you back on track.
Rather a nuisance. Traveling by train. Ain't it?
Reveal your bids and pause the tape. Through this door, skilled employees will provide speedy and efficient service for your appreciative clientele.
We'd like to have our suits cleaned and pressed while we wait.
And while you're waiting, see if you have this ransom. Bid now for the deed to this desirable property, a combination cleaners and amusement park featuring the latest equipment. Without the necessary ransom to proceed, a cash bribe of $2,000 will hit the nail on the head. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you sort yourself out. Through this door, all that glitters is not gold.
Ooh, some of it's diamonds, and there's rubies and emeralds, and oh, don't forget the pearls. I really like
And
pearls.
don't forget this ransom either. Bid now for this mouth-watering jewelry. I do hope you had the necessary ransom, otherwise a cash bribe of $5,000 will help you along. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Through this door is the deed to the White House, offered on a 4-year, not automatically renewable lease. Includes a uniformed security staff with a sense of history. But first, offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this landmark property. I feel certain you have the ransom needed to proceed, but if not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will call off the cavalry. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you think of what to do next.
Through this door is a precious metal key. Unfortunately, it won't help you in your adventure. For that, you must first offer this ransom. It might help her unlock his heart. But then again, who really wants to? If you didn't have the ransom demanded, offer a cash bribe of $7,000 to continue. Now, reveal your bids and pause the tape while you key yourself up to go on.
I'm terribly sorry, but players with more than 8 cards must reduce them to 8 and pay $3,000 for each one over. So sorry. Through this door, orderly crowds are lining up for a glimpse of this 24-carat inkwell used by the Emperor Napoleon on his royal compound, which became known as the Napoleon Complex. But you should offer this ransom if you want to continue your quest. Bid now for this historic precious metal object. If you didn't have the ransom required to proceed, then pay a cash bribe of $2,000 and take French leave. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you plan your next campaign. Open this door onto any treasure you wish to have. Jewelry, art objects, precious metals, or maybe you'd like to take an aerial view of some hot real estate prospects. Before you take off, though, see if you have this ransom first. Bid now for any treasure you desire. I hope you had the necessary ransom, but if not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will give you a whole new perspective on life. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape before you plunge in again.
This door reveals a portrait of Calamity Jane, a so-called work of art that pushed back the frontier of good taste and established what was to be called the Wild, Wild West.
Jonathan? I'm hurting all of you.
Just offer this ransom to continue your journey. Bid now for this pioneering art object. I expect you had the ransom demanded. If not, a cash bribe of $2,000 will paint a happier picture. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fate is determined.
Through this door, the race is on to find the jewelry of a Maori princess. But you must offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for this sought-after jewelry. I hope you have the necessary ransom to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $7,000 will make sure that you don't trip up too badly. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while you ponder the next move. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the player with the most precious metals must return too, unless there's a tie.
Get over there.
Whip this door open and find the treasure of your choice. Maybe you've had to fight to get this far, but it would be easy to be overzealous. So simply offer this ransom and you can continue the adventure. Get the point? If you don't have the ransom, a cash bribe of $4,000 will see to it that you survive. Reveal your bids and pause the tape while you make your mark. Through this door is a premier wrestling and breakdancing club. And here we see world wrestling champion and renowned breakdancer Dummy Dogan effortlessly putting the moves on a newcomer. Offer this ransom to continue your adventure. Bid now for the deed to this property. I hope you had the ransom necessary to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $2,000 will keep you in good shape. Reveal your bids and pause the tape before you go another round. Through this door is
The traitor of an empire! And it's mine! All mine!
Not so fast, sailor. You'd have to be blind not to see the allure of precious metals like these. But first, offer this ransom to continue the adventure. Bid now for these precious metal treasures of an empire. I hope you have the necessary ransom to proceed. If not, a cash bribe of $6,000 will help you regain your sea legs. Now reveal your bids and pause the tape while your fortune is made. This adventure has ended. As you count the value of your treasure, we hope your journey has been rewarding. New and exciting adventures await you. Simply roll the die whenever you wish to enter once more the doorways to adventure.
There's no need to be afraid. They only want to get their hands on Doorways to Horror, another thrilling game experience from Pressman's VCR Gallery of Games.